Good morning, students. Now, today I'm going to start a new topic that is called polynomial. Previous videos you have already discussed about the exponent, radical, and the real numbers. And I think Susha is started the area of plane figure. Simultaneously, I am going to start the polynomial. Now, what is called polynomial? In the lower classes, you might have studied when the terms of a this algebraic expression is one or more is called polynomial. You are not wrong, but in more modified way, we can define the polynomial in different way. Look at here. Every algebraic expression is not needed that it is a polynomial. That is why you have to see what kind of the polynomial, what kind of the algebraic expression is called polynomial. If suppose I say x is any variable, this is called x, wherever it is. X is any variable and n is the positive integer. This n minus 1, a1, a0, these are all positive integers. Remember, n is everywhere. N is, we are talking about the exponent. So in a simple language, if we talk about, if the exponent of the variables, of the terms of a algebraic expression is positive integer, these are called algebraic polynomial. So therefore, we have defined in a different way also that if x is a variable and n be any positive integer, that is very important to note, then any algebraic expression of the form is called a polynomial where a1, a2, a3, these are the coefficients of the variable x. In another way, it can also be defined as if the exponent of the variable of the term of a given algebraic expression is positive, then these type of algebraic expression is called a polynomial. I can give some examples also, like x cube minus 3x square plus 4x plus 3. It is a polynomial very clearly. But if you have, suppose this is your fx, as I said you, here you see the polynomials are denoted by px, fx, gx, lx, rx, whatever it is. And whatever it is written in the bracket, these are meaning, this means that the variable is x used. That means that algebraic expression is being used with the x variable or maybe y variable or z variable, whatever it is given in the bracket here. So this is called polynomial. But if I say g y is equal to x y to the power 4 minus 3 y 2 by 3 minus 7 y square plus 4. Will it be called as a polynomial? No. Why? Because this is a fraction and fraction is not an integer. So it is not a polynomial. Let us take another example. X cube plus x square minus 1 by x plus 2. Is it a polynomial? No. Why? This 1 by x can be written as x to the power minus 1. So this expression will convert into that, and which is a negative integer, but it should be a positive integer. That's why we will not call as a polynomial. So I hope it is clear what is called polynomial. So in a very simple language, if the exponent of the variable of a term of the given algebraic expression is always positive, then this kind of the algebraic expression is called as a polynomial. Then comes what is called degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial. The highest exponent of the variable, or you can say variables, is called the degree of the polynomial. Like x to the power 5 plus x square minus 3x4 plus 2. What is the degree? The degree is 5. Why? Among all these exponents, this is the highest exponent. Now, in the second case, x to the power 4 plus y to the power cube, z to the power 7, x to the power 5 minus x to the power 8 plus 3x square. What is the degree of this polynomial? You will be surprised to see that this is the highest exponent of all, but not. You might have seen here variable or variables. If a term can contain more than one variable, then we have to consider all the exponents. Means we will add here all these exponents, 7 plus 3 plus 5, almost 15. So degree will be here 15, not 8. Let us take another example. X cubed plus x square plus 1 by x square minus 3. What is the degree of this polynomial? Since it is not a polynomial, why? When you take it in the numerator, it will become minus 2. So if it is not a polynomial, we cannot determine the degree of this algebraic expression. Alright. So since it is not a polynomial, hence degree cannot be determined. Now let us come to what is the zero of a polynomial. The zero of a polynomial is that particular value of the variable which is responsible to make the whole polynomial as zero. So, the zero of a polynomial is that particular value of the variable which is responsible to make the whole polynomial as zero. We can just take an example. Suppose you have px is equal to x square minus 2x x square minus 3x plus 2. What is the zero of this polynomial? Let us have a hit and trial method. If I put here x is equal to 1, then 1 is square minus 3 into 1 plus 2. 1 minus 3 plus 2 is equal to how much? 0. So we can say 1 is one of the 0. Mind it, it is a 2-degree polynomial. I should always expect 2 zeros for this polynomial. So I have just make a trial and one of the zeros I got it. What is that? When x is equal to 1, then what will happen? Px is 0. So therefore 1 is one of the 0. To find out the other 0, I am going to give you the method. So that is why you should understand what are the different methods of finding out the 0 of the polynomial. Methods of finding out the zeros of the given polynomial. First is by factorization method. Second, hit and trial method. And third, graphical method. It is very obvious to understand by factorization method what we do. Whatever the polynomial you are given, you factorize it and each of the factor will be treated as equal to 0. So you can find out the value of x and that value of x will be called as 0 of the polynomial. For example, find the 0 of fx is equal to x square minus 3x. Look at here, fx is equal to x square minus 3x You factorize, x is common, x minus 3. How many factors are there? There are two factors. One is x, another is x minus 2, x minus 3. So therefore, each of the factor will be taken as 0, x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. So what are the zeros? Zeros are 0 and 3. Whether it is correct or not, what shall we do? We will put one by one the value here and see if it is coming 0 or not. Let us put for 0. 0 minus 3 into 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0. So that is one of the zeros. Let us put 3. 3 square, 9. 3 into 3, 9. 9 minus 9, 0. So these are called 0 of the factor. 0 of the polynomial. So every time we will see the factors, we will try to find out the factors, and then we will find out its zeros. Second is hit and trial method. Hit and trial method, we will just put the values and we will see which of the value is going to make it the whole polynomial as 0. And this will be also treated as the factor theorem method. Factor theorem method, which you will study in this topic only. And another part is here, that is graphical method, which you will study in class 10, but roughly you should know what is called graphical method. Suppose you have drawn the curve of a polynomial, you have drawn the graph of a polynomial. So when the graph of the polynomial is being drawn, then what will happen? We have to see how many points x axis being intersected by the curve. For example, suppose this is a curve of any polynomial. You don't bother about what are the polynomial, what is that polynomial, no. You just see the polynomial. This is a curve of any polynomial which is intersecting the x-axis at how many points? 3 points. So the 0 of this polynomial, you can say the 0 of px is 3. Number of zeros of px is 3. Let us take another example. How many zeros are there? This polynomial will have no zero at all. Why? Because it does not intersect the x-axis. It must intersect the x-axis. So, no zero is possible as the curve does not intersect x-axis. Let us have another example. This is a curve which is intersecting the x-axis at different points. What are the points? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case you may be asked how many zeros are there and what are they? How many zeros there and what are they? So you can easily find out both of the answer in this case because the scale is given on the x-axis. So how many zeros are there first? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 zeros. And what are the zeros? zeros are, look at here, -3, 1, 4.5 and 6. So these are the zeros of the polynomial. So next video I will discuss few questions. Thank you.